basic paradigms how change in any system, again individual or collective, can be brought about. One way is to treat all situations or the situation as a kind of a problem. There was a time when this approach worked well, but as the new social order or scenario is kind of unfolding, somehow this approach is becoming less and less viable. As the world gets more networked, as we get more globalized, so the alternative approach is, first of all, let's get away from this thing called a problem. Now, if we are in this situation, well, there must be some good in it. There must be some reason why we are here. So let's try and take that perspective. Let's find out what's good about the current situation. Let's try and value whatever is the best about us.
The problem is a great question. We certainly have problems in organizations. In the organization that I'll be talking a little bit about next, so we looked at, we want to improve retention rather than fix turnover. And that gave us something to move forward to, a light that we can move forward to rather than questions that would bog us down, fixing something. Here's the story of our office, and then I'll start with the end, and then we'll talk about the journey to get there. But our firm is Jarvis & Wells. It's a global firm, and we have 50 offices around the world, 25 where we take profit and loss and revenue to. Out of those 25 offices, when I began in 2005, we were 12th in income, 8th in revenue, 6th in employee retention, 6th in employee engagement, and 8th in client satisfaction. These were actually pretty good numbers when you consider we were in Detroit compared with London or Delhi or New York or many other offices that are multiples of the size of Detroit. So this was considered a very good office when I took it over. So it's not a story of a turnaround, even though this looks kind of like a turnaround. This is really a story of building on something that was already very good. Okay, and here were the overall results. Change in financial position, we grew to, over those 4 years, 2005, 6, 7, 8, we grew to 25% combined annual growth rate in income, in revenue. And employee turnover, again, the key driver for all of this was we went from 32% turnover to 7% turnover, which was pretty dramatic for our firm because our firm over the years, those years, turnover kind of went up over the same period. So anyway, it was a real time for celebration for us. After our first year, we won an award given across Manpower, which is our parent company. This Power Award for Operational Excellence. And then the next 2 years, we won the 2 top awards in our firm, Office of the Year. We're also named as one of the 3 best places to work in Michigan.
Let's welcome our friends from Thank you all for being here with us. And over the next 2 days, we'll all work together. In the discovery phase, the focus is on generating an understanding of the strengths of an organization. So in this case, for example, is the strengths of the School of Open Learning as seen through the eyes of all of us here. Page 26, we have the beginning of the interview script, so to say. Right? May I please request you to look through the purpose of the interviews and certain tips for conducting interviews, all of us. Just to re-emphasize that the focus or the purpose behind these interviews is to eventually come up with what are the core strengths, the core values of SOL, right, that give life to the organization. Those factors which have helped bring SOL to where it is today, to the position that SOL is in today. What have been the enabling factors or, if you say, life-giving forces?
So you have 5 coins, trust, pride, service, improvement, vision.
First, in our group, we asked ourselves these three questions from SOL's point of view. That is, what is the world calling for our organization to be? What does the world around us invite us to be in the future? Second, what are the most enlivening and exciting possibilities for our organization? Again, same thing in slightly different language. And third, a little recap of what we arrived at yesterday, that what is the positive core that is supporting our organization. Once we've answered these questions, then with the help of some of the materials here, let's try and create a visual of any kind whatsoever, right, that depicts what we are envisaging as the future of SOL. Are we all ready?
अपनी एजुकेशन के बेस के ऊपर प्रोवाइड करेगा, ठीक है. दैट इज वाई उसकी जो रीच है बेसिकली नॉट नेशनल हो, इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे हो, ग्लोबल रीच. We have represented SOL by a temple. We are saying it's a temple.
Temple of learning.
Temple of learning. And we also said that this temple is, there are many roads which lead to this temple. There is no single gate. So from all sides, these are roads. All sides the temple is open from all sides. Inside the temple, we have used the symbol of a tortoise, which is a symbol for Vishnu, which is a preserver.
Okay.
So SOL is going to preserve society. We have used there is no deity other than book here. There is a book here.
Okay.
So knowledge itself is the deity here. Through these various charts, we have tried to show the situation of SOL now and the future version of SOL. Just like this is the very first case in which a lot of students are, only a single faculty is there and getting to the needs of a lot of students. But the future version of SOL will have a lot of facilitators. So student teacher ratio comparatively will be lesser. This is our vision. This particular graph or picture shows that the students is coming to the SOL right now deprived in a sad tone of mode and deprived of all the opportunities. When he is coming out of the SOL, he is having a smile on his face, and through all these means, we hope so, within a decade or so, we will surpass, you can say, we will achieve all the milestones far more better compared to the Harvard University.
A possibility proposition or impact statement is an expression that bridges the best of what is with one's own image or anticipation of what might be. Now you have what is. Those what you constructed prior to that were your anticipation of what might be. Now these two you have to bring together. We know what we have. We know where we want to go. So now put those two together in statements of aspiration. So जब already रहेंगे तो फिर ऊपर कैसे उड़ेंगे? फिर भी उसका voice कौन सी देना चाहते हैं?
Partial of the soul
One is to एक जोड़ मैं इनको जरा सा चुरा लूँ एक मिनट
एग्जाम का टाइम खत्म हो गया है, पेपर उठा लेंगे हम. Okay. Do we need any more or that's it?